Hello, my name is Collection Connoisseur. I collect digital thingamabobs and video games. Today I'm playing Slay the Spire II. Now, I streamed this once before. I've played a little bit since then, but I've only played the Ironclad and the Silent. I've not looked at the new characters at all, including the one that I unlocked last time. Which means I know nothing. I also haven't seen anybody else play. I haven't looked at a lot of the promotional materials. I know nothing. So, I'm going into a brand new character in Slay the Spire, and of course I'm going to do one of my challenge runs, but I'm going to decide which challenge run when we start. The Regent. Heir to the Throne of Stars, wield cosmic powers, but his minions do the work. At the start of each combat, gain, I guess that's energy. Alright. So we start out with 3 energy on the first turn. Or 3 extra energy on the first turn, I guess. Oversized blue creature, I'm the future king. Interesting. Let's see what our deck looks like. Okay, so we've got 2 different types of energy. Oh, one of those types of characters. Okay. At the end of the act, we're going to fight the kin. Great. So, let's name our challenge run. I think what I'm going to do for my challenge run is my Fat Deck Challenge. So, the Fat Deck Challenge is... I must add cards when able. And I cannot remove cards. Cannot remove cards. So, that's my Fat Deck Challenge. Let's try it. That is one that could work with any character, including a character I know nothing about. So let's go. And we must add cards whenever we're able, which means we have to choose the lead paperweight, actually, because it's a way to add cards to the deck. So already we're forced into our first option. Restlessness. If your hand is empty, draw 2 cards and gain 2 energy and retain. That's really good. Or a Flash of Steel, a favorite from Slay the Spire first game. This one looks a lot like another card from Slay the Spire, the one that you could draw 2 if you had no attacks. So this is very interesting. The problem with it is we'd have to get things to cost 0. I wonder what this looks like. Nope, does not cost 0. Falling Star already costs 0. So I guess Restlessness is hard to build into, so we're going to pick Flash of Steel. A common good one. Act 1. Where would we like to go? I could go an enormous number of events. What if we go, like, tons of events and tons of elites? Go up like this, like that, and like this. Ooh, hitting a shop is pretty bad in this particular challenge. But, you know, I'm willing to go for it. Let's go. So, Falling Star. I wonder if this persists. My current star count. I bet it does. So we start with 3, and then every time we play Falling Star, it uses it. Okay. I guess let's do that, this, and... oh, one of those costs 0, right. Well, let's get more star power for the future. We only have the 1 card that uses our star power, so we should be able to hold on to it for a long time, it seems. I'm going to do the Flash of Steel here, because I think I'm going to use a strike against you. Yep. Even though I do want to block as much as I can. easy turn. And then if we come back to our star power thing, it will be quite nice. Or just a flash of steel. There it is. Falling Star. Falling Star seems good. It's a lot like Bash, but it's free, almost. Kind of free to play. Solar Strike gives me another star power. It doesn't use one. Sovereign Blade is a retain that deals 10 damage. Put Sovereign Blade into your hand from anywhere. Okay. From anywhere. Does that mean if you don't have one, it adds it to your hand? And if you do have one, then it pulls it from like your discard pile or draw pile and puts it in your hand? That's how I read that. What's Forge 6 mean? The first time you forge each combat, add Sovereign Blade to your hand. Oh. Oh, they both have Forge. Forge, the first time you forge each combat, add Sovereign Blade into your hand. Adds additional damage to Sovereign Blade. Oh, we're making Sovereign Blade stronger every time we use one of these. Okay, let's go into that. Summon forth. Now that I understand what it's doing, let's go into the Sovereign Blade concept. I mean, so far this looks kind of nice. The Summon Forth will put it into my hand, but it does have Retain, so that's okay. The Sovereign Blade is right there. It's ready to strike. Has 18 damage already. Nice. Should have done that one first, by the way, before I played the, what was it called? The Flash of Steel. Should have played our star power card first. So Sovereign Blade already does 18 damage. And a couple of strikes. Sovereign Blade costs 2, right. A couple of strikes now. Or a Falling Star. Oh, we don't have the star power, because we didn't play Venerate last turn. Got it. So, we must add a card. Hidden Cache gives us star power. Crescent Spear uses star power. 2 additional damage for all cards that have a star power cost. Okay. This is like Perfected Strike for the star power stuff. Or we could do Rot and Roar, which has another Sovereign Blade thing. Let's do that. Let's make our Sovereign Blade really strong. The Future of Potions. So we could choose either one of these because they both give us a card. Interesting. Do we want an uncommon power or a common skill? Probably this one, although we already have a Blessing of the Forge. And we already have a skill potion. Oh, we're losing the potion. Oh, I got it. We are trading in the potion for one of the things. I will do that. And we even get to pick from 3. That's nice too. Whenever you spend star power, you gain 3 block for each star power spent. That's nice. Whenever you create a card, gain 4 block. That sounds cool. Right now, we only have one thing that creates a card. If you play more than 5 cards in a turn, draw 2 cards. Probably that will be good, but I can't tell currently. I think either of these might be pretty decent. I'm going to do Pillar of Creation. Let's see how many times we create cards. The tablet was disgusting. There's no hope for the future. All right. Ooh, we got a treasure. A lantern. Wonderful. I like the lantern. And the bygone effigy. We can do Falling Star immediately, which is nice. I should have probably played Defend first to increase the slow. I'm going to do that now. Your journey ends here, he says. Foolishly. So the Pillar of Creation is not going to do much for me with my current deck, because I only have one thing that creates a card, and it only creates it once. So I'm just going to kind of ignore it and do Strike, Strike, Rot in War. Oh, it created the Sovereign Blade. Oh. But this one puts it into my hand from anywhere. So, I would like to defend this turn, perhaps. The Sovereign Blade does 15 damage, which is really not enough. Let's use our skill potion. Maybe we can get some defense. 6 Vigor? That's not what we want. Bundle of Joy, add 3 random colorless cards to your hand. That might be good. Ooh, Conqueror. Sovereign Blade does double energy, or double damage this turn. That's probably really good. We have to be careful. We're probably going to take the 25 damage. But could we possibly kill this turn? Because we play the Conqueror, which points out the enemy. Now the Sovereign Blade does 18 damage, double to you, plus the 10%. We're going to do Summon Forth, so that we get more damage on our Sovereign Blade. Wait a minute. Wouldn't we rather do oh, this is not the other card. This is the one that gives me stars, not the one that uses it. Right. So there's the Sovereign Blade. It does 26 damage. We do a Flash of Steel to add more slow. Oh, Falling Star we can't do unless we play Venerate, and we couldn't play that and Sovereign Blade. So how much does the Sovereign Blade do? 67. We got really close. Really close to winning this turn, but we didn't quite do it. If we could have played the Falling Star, of course we would have. Oh well. We take the 25 damage then. And then just a simple strike to end it off. Reptile Trinket. Whenever you use a potion, gain 3 strength this turn. Excellent. All potions are temporary strength potions. Monarch's Gaze. Whenever you attack an enemy, it loses 1 strength this turn. That seems rather nice. Cloak of Stars is a block card that seems pretty nice. I don't want Gamma Blast because the 3-star requirement is a little too high for what my deck can do. But I do kind of like Cloak of Stars and Monarch's Gaze. Man, how much do I like Monarch's Gaze? I think not enough to take it. I think. We're going to have a big deck, which makes powers less helpful. Let's take Cloak of Stars. So, we have to... Oh, we actually could do either of these, because both of them give us cards. So, a random 1 of 5 random cards, or lose 5 and gain a colorless card reward. Let's go colorless. Omniscience. Damage all other enemies equal to the damage dealt. Oh, Omni Slice. Got it. I know Equilibrium. I don't think we need Equilibrium, although it's not a bad card. Fisticuffs is kind of nice. Kind of like Fisticuffs. Let's take Fisticuffs. Or Omni Slice because more zero cost might be good. With the one card that we randomly had that one time from a skill potion. Never mind, let's take Fisticuffs. We're doing all the events. So we can pay to upgrade our hand. We can pay to have strength. Or we can do nothing and shuffle 2 days into our draw pile. So importantly about this fat deck challenge, the fat deck only refers to this deck, which means gaining cards during the battle is not important for whether we're following the rules of the challenge or not. And it's probably good to use the Ember Tea just so that we have less money to have at the shop. Because we are going to go past a shop. So actually, like, spending as much money as we can right now is worthwhile. Just so that we don't just fill our deck with trash cards, which is kind of what happens when you go to a shop with the fat deck challenge. So we don't need to play Cloak of Stars. We shouldn't. Let's just do these 3. We're already doing rather well. The Pillar of Creation, the Summon Fourth is what gives us our Blade. But the Blade wouldn't win this turn, I don't think, because we're small. It would get very close. We're going to summon the Blade anyway, so why not summon it? It does actually 14 damage, exactly. How about that? Perfect. 3 star power. Ouch. Blocked attack damage is reflect on your attacker. Wow. I mean, that's a great card. It just costs 3 star power. I don't really like Debris, though. Although, getting those status cards is not so bad when we have a giant deck. So actually, Collision Course might be really good. It's a very simple attack card, though, which is not exactly what I'm going for. Oh, Mercury Hourglass. Not typically considered very strong, but I like it. Frog Parasite. So there's the Collision Course. We don't need to do Cloak of Stars. We definitely should do Summon Fourth. Yeah, so Summon Fourth. There's our Blade. Rot in War makes our blade stronger. Collision Course. And then we could play the Blade, although I don't see the reason why we would do it this turn. But I don't know why we would care to do it a different turn either. So let's just go ahead and play it. We know how this enemy works, because we've fought this elite several times now. Twice now, I think? We've only done 2 runs, so it has to have been twice. Strike you twice. And then, unfortunately, we don't have anything that hits multiple enemies, I don't think. Because we didn't take that 0 cost one that would hit multiple enemies. Fisticuffs is quite nice. Fallen Star is... Actually, we have the Mercury Hourglass that hits multiple enemies. We can block fully and kill something. Let's start there. And then we can do some damage to something else. And I guess play Pillar of Creation, because why not? Let's do damage to one of the ones that's buffing itself. The weaker one. Oh, we drew our debris. That's so sad. The chances of us drawing the debris was kind of low. have enough defense for not much. I can't kill this one, so I guess we will defend and kill this one. Ooh, I could have killed that one, because I've got 2 strength. Well, I should have, so we didn't take this 3 damage. Oh well. The Cloak of Stars... Actually, the Collision Course adding a debris into my hand works with the Pillar of Creation, which is kind of neat. Add 4 block like that. We've got a couple things that work together. Bowler Hat gained 20 additional gold. That's nice. Void Form. End your turn. The first 2 cards you play each turn are free to play. Ooh, that's amazing. You just have to spend an entire turn playing that power. There's also Glow, which is not bad. Gamma Blast is just the 3 star cost is pretty high. I like how this is similar to the Ironclad in some ways, but it's similar to the Ironclad with different costs. Because that middle card reward was essentially uppercut, I think, from the Ironclad. Okay, Cubic's Construct. There's Summon Forth for my Blade. The Sovereign Blade, which I'm going to wait to play this time. Since there's one enemy that just dies when we kill it. This will apply a weak and a vulnerable. The vulnerable is the one that will actually take effect, which is kind of nice. That's the one we would prefer to take effect, because then Sovereign Blade wins. Excellent. We need more Forge cards. There's one, Rotten War. It's not my favorite of the ones, but yeah, let's take it. Rotten War. We need more Forge cards to make our blade better. We need a bigger blade. Speaking of, can we smith something to make our blade even better? That adds 3 to our blade. That adds 2 damage and then 2 to the blade. So that's kind of more. The first 3 cards. Man, I wish it had reduced the cost, actually, rather than add more cards that were free. What does Falling Star upgrade to? It just does more damage. It does not decrease the star cost. Venerate gives us more stars. Flash of Steel does 3 more damage on a 0 cost card, which is pretty nice. So I'm either going to do Rotten War, Flash of Steel, or Fisticuffs. Because this adds 3 damage on a... 3 damage on a 0 cost. Or we're essentially adding 4 damage on a 1 cost. Or 2 damage and 2 block on a 1 cost. Let's look at Collision Course too. 3 damage on a 0 cost. Okay. I'm still going to do Flash of Steel. And perhaps I should have increased one of my block cards, really. Alright, here's the shop. So we have to add cards if we can. So we're going to buy things in the shop. The Rolling Boulder, at the start of your turn, deal 5 damage to all enemies, increase this damage by 5. So it eventually wins. That's kind of cool, but definitely not the deck that we have. It may be good for just adding a card and only adding 1 card, because if we bought that one, we would only be able to buy that one. I think I'm going to go that, because the only cards that I want to add to my deck here are Glitter Stream and potentially Dramatic Entrance. And if I bought those two, I would have to also buy Royal Gamble, which would be a completely dead card in my deck. So I'm going to just buy the Rolling Boulder, spend all of my money so that I can't buy any more cards. How about that? Hello. There's the Rolling Boulder. I mean, we don't have block cards is the thing. Yeah, that's kind of a problem. We don't have block cards. So we're going to take a lot of damage. Rolling Boulder will kill you eventually. We could do Rolling Boulder and Summon Forth. Or we could just do Rot in War and Summon Forth. Let's do the Rolling Boulder. It's the new thing. And then Forge 8. Or deal 9 damage, Forge 5. Deal 9 damage, Forge 5. We just take 16 damage, because we don't have block cards. We really should add more block cards, honestly. Oh, the boulder was really small. I wonder if the boulder physically gets bigger, like the image of the boulder. Probably. Let's do the Cloak of Stars and a Defend. That blocks for everything. I don't want to do the Sovereign Blade yet, so let's do Rot in War and Collision Course. And we can even play the Debris. There's Void Form. We have so many things that are just more damage. The Fisticuffs at least gives us block. We're going to play that, and then Sovereign Blade just exactly wins. How about that? The fact that we're at 25 health is not great. But, you know. Ooh, Horn Cleat is good. Add some block. And then Glitter Stream, I will take that. Another block card is probably good for the deck that we're building. And because we've got so little block, I think we've got to rest. I think so. I don't like it, but I think we have to rest. Okay, good job, Mercury Hourglass. Keep doing what you're doing. We have Summon Forth and Rot in War. Let's do a Flash of Steel first. On you, because you're building yourself up. Cloak of Stars is block, which is good. Summon Forth. There's my blade. And then we're not going to use the blade right now. We're going to save it for a really big attack. Our ability to block has gone down. Ooh, great time to play Void Form. Yeah, let's play Void Form. We can even play a Fallen Star. Actually, we needed to play that ahead of time for us to do that. That's okay. So the first two cards are free, which means Rolling Boulder is coming out. And the only other thing that would be really worthwhile to play for free is the Sovereign Blade. I guess we will. Just because we really need to do something to decrease the damage that I'm taking. We can't play everything. This gives us block sometimes, so I'm going to play this one. And then Rot in War to hit another follower. We're going to win this battle, but I think we're going to take a lot of damage during it, which is not sad, which is not great. It means that it was a good thing that I rested beforehand. So, Glitter Stream is the one that you want to play for free, because it costs 2 normally. And then we can play everything, so let's play everything. Do I feel the need to hit you anymore? Not that much, because we've got a Rolling Boulder every single turn. That's a strange symbol for block next turn. Glitter Stream again? Great. Summon forth to summon forth my blade. It does 38 damage right now. And how much block do we really need? We need one more of these. Do we play the blade yet? I think the answer is no. Let's play Venerate. We can play the blade for free if we play it the first thing during our turn as well. None of these really cost much. I guess let's play Wrought in War and the Sovereign Blade as our first two cards. Should have played Fallen Star first. I just realized that, sadly. Took me that long to realize it. But I think we still very easily win this battle. With the Rolling Boulder, for that matter. And the Boulder. Go. Got him. Alright. Energy Potion, not bad. Forged 30. I mean, I like it. It's just that 4 star power. Does our deck really generate enough star power? We start with 3, and Venerate gives us 2. And we have nothing else that gives us more, other than, you know, the start with 3. But the Smith, 30 damage. 30 damage for 1. It's just 1 that requires 4 star power. And then Decisions basically doesn't work in the deck that we have. So it's either Genesis or the Smith. In some ways you want to choose Genesis, because Genesis allows you to play the Smith if you find it later. And the Smith does nothing if you just play it on its own. Or if you draw it and you don't have the star power. So I guess it's Genesis. That was not a good addition to our deck. We did have to take a card. Alright. Do you offer me a card that I have to take? Hello, I am the Regent. Hello, hello. So, if you end your turn with unspent energy, gain additional energy. Enchant a card with Clone. This card can be duplicated at rest sites. Oh my. If we took that, we would have to clone it every single time. Oh my. Doubles block game from a card and then goes to sleep for 2 turns. Wait a minute. Goes to sleep for 2 turns? What does that mean? Does that mean we can't play the card again? Oh no, this only works every 3 turns. Okay, okay. So I think we have to not choose this one, because if we did, this challenge would be almost undoable. Unless there's a card in our deck that we would want to clone over and over again, because it would just make our deck amazing if we did that. Flash of Steel is good, but do we really want Flash of Steel to be cloned every time we go into a rest site and never smith or rest again? I don't think so. So let's do Pale's Legion. I would like to go to lots and lots of Elite. Elite, Elite, which means we could go to another Elite. Let's just go what we've been doing before. Question marks and Elites, right? We go to almost no fires, but we go to 3 Elites. I'll take that. Ooh, the Grasshopper. We could play Rolling Boulder. This will double the block that we get from a card, which means if we did Glitter Stream, we would get a lot of block. But also if we did Fisticuffs, we would get a lot of block. We would get 14 block. I think we don't do Rolling Boulder. What we do is Glitter Stream and Fisticuffs and Summon Forth. Get our Blade ready, because we need to defeat him fast. And the Blade will help us defeat him fast, hopefully. You stole Fisticuffs? Oh no, I really don't want you to leave with that. Let's make sure that he doesn't. Falling Star is a great start to this turn, followed by Collision Course, and then a Flash of Steel, Wrought in War, and then the Blade kills him. Alright, great. He didn't get my card. We killed him very fast. Strength Potion. Take my stolen card back. I have to, by the way. We can't get rid of cards. We have to take cards when we can. Deal 12 damage next turn, draw 2 cards. Also very similar to an Ironclad card. 7 damage to all enemies. All enemies lose 1 strength this turn. That's cool. And then, of course, Collision Course. I think I still like Collision Course. And part of the reason I like Collision Course is because of Pillar of Creation. So every time we get that debris, we also get block from it, which is neat. Divine. What does divine mean? I don't know what divine means. We shall uncover your future and fortunes. Be sure to sign the waiver as well. Okay, I don't know what divine means, but if we can take a card, we have to, which means we have to choose the second option because it gives us a card. What? Reveal your future by revealing the tiles. Once an item is revealed, you will receive it at the end of the session. Oh my gosh, what is this? What does this do? We're gonna do big divinations. Okay, we revealed a card. We revealed part of a box. That's a potion. Let's get the rest of the box by doing this. Ooh, and some money. All right. Are there like bad things in here? Because it seems like we should always do the big divination, right? More money. All right. 10 gold, 10 gold, 10 gold, 10 gold. Distilled Chaos, which is probably better than Energy Potion for the deck that we have. Shackling Potion. All enemies lose 7 strength this turn. That's better than me gaining 2. Bag of Marbles is great. Oh, was that the box? The box gave me Bag of Marbles. Awesome. And deal 6 damage. Every 3 skills you play in a turn, put this into your hand. Now that's interesting. Then there's also Bundle of Joy again, which seems fun. We're not going to take the center one because we haven't gone star power much at all. Not really. I mean, we did put a card in there that gives us star power every turn, but it's a power that we might not draw, so we might not ever get it before we get these cards. So it's either make it so or Bundle of Joy, and I think I like Bundle of Joy more. All right. These guys, I like the Glitter Stream, of course. We got Genesis on the first turn, which is the best turn to get it, but we probably won't play it. So if we play Pillar of Creation and then Glitter Stream, Oh yes, I forgot about that. So we gained tons of block right there. We're going to gain even more block because both Collision Course and Summon Forth create cards. Do we want to kill you first? I mean, a little bit. And then Summon Forth. We have our blade. This turn, I want to defeat you, but there's also the question of playing any of these other cards, which are really cool, like Void Form. Let's do this. And I won't hit the one that has block on it. I'll hit you. And then we play Void Form. Now cards just cost less. Or our first two cards cost less, which includes Sovereign Blade. Potentially. At the end of your turn, if this is in your hand, lose 10 gold. Alright. Gold doesn't do much for us in this challenge anyway, so that's fine. We should play the Sovereign Blade this turn. I'm just thinking, I guess we do that here. And then the Collision Course, we can defeat one of them, so I guess we'll defeat this one with Strike, Strike. And then Collision Course here, which just barely doesn't win, but we do get tons of block. Fisticuffs, excellent. Okay. This is another time that I'm not sure that I actually want to take a card, but I have to take a card. Crush Under is not bad. Gather Light is probably the thing that we need most in our deck, is more block. Not to mention gaining more star power might actually be good. Avocopter. I have not played against this enemy in the first two runs that we did. So, we play Flash of Steel. I drew a lot of block this turn, which is unfortunate because that means we're not going to get it when we actually need it. Keep the Sovereign Blade. We'll get it stronger. Oh my, okay. That's not fun. This enemy intends to summon monsters. That's not great. I probably want Pillar of Creation and Glitter Stream. I mean, we don't have to play Glitter Stream this turn. That's probably what we want to do anyway, though. Play the two powers, especially when we're not getting attacked for very much. We could also play one of these sometimes. I've kind of been ignoring my potions for the most part, which is not the best thing to do. Venerate we just don't need. We could... I really do want to play a potion. Let's play Distilled Chaos. This is a good one for Distilled Chaos. Just do random stuff. Great. We got 3 new cards. Play 2 random cards from your draw pile. Excellent. Thinking Ahead is interesting. Let's do that first. Do we want to put Catastrophe on the top? Let's do that. Catastrophe on the top. Secret Technique can only draw those 2. Alright, so the problem with Catastrophe is that we might not have a draw pile next turn. Just realized. We've got lots of block. Let's just try to defeat some things. So Collision Course kills you straight up. This Collision Course hurts you. Summon Forth is just fun to do. This hurts you. There was a shiny thing on the Sovereign Blade, of course. Of course it's on the Sovereign Blade. and then kill this one. In theory, you're going to hatch 3 more, I would imagine. Yeah, so you're going to hatch again, and you're only doing 6 damage. The rolling boulder does not kill you this turn, but it is really fun to play, and catastrophe does nothing. So we're going to play the rolling boulder and kill this one so it doesn't deal damage to me. And rolling boulder will be kind of amazing in this battle. If this battle lasts long enough for it to be amazing, which it really might not. Glitter Stream gives us a lot of block, but not quite enough. So let's defend as well. Just let the rolling boulder do most of the work. There goes the rolling boulder. And then the Cloak of Stars gives me block, which is good. Let's do that. I really like Void Form, but not on a turn that we're taking damage that we don't need to be taken. So let's do that. Sovereign Blade is almost to the point that we could win. And there goes the boulder. Bam. Catastrophe. I want to play Catastrophe. It's probably not the best thing to play, because we could almost win with Sovereign Blade this turn. Let's play Catastrophe. It could actually play Debris in my hand, in my deck. That's not great with Catastrophe. Alright, and the Sovereign Blade can easily win next turn, because the Rolling Boulder doesn't quite do it. But it does kill all of those. Alright, we play our Sovereign Blade as the last thing that we do, to deal 1 damage. Nice. That's what the Sovereign Blade is for. It's not to deal damage, it's to put people in their place. I like seeing these upgraded cards. Cloak of Stars upgraded. Put a card from your discard pile on top of your draw pile. Also very similar to an Ironclad card, but this one is block that does it. And I think I like that. Works very well when you have a large deck to be able to pull singular cards back. So let's take it. Enchant. So I can transform a card. We can't remove a card, but we are allowed to transform. Or we could get corrupted. I think we're going to kill with fire and transform one of my basic strikes into Devastate, which costs 4 star power, so it might do nothing in my deck. Oh well. This creature. Don't like this creature. We have fought it a couple times. This is our only way to gain block, so let's start there. Actually, Fisticuffs gains block too, never mind. And let's hit the strongest one, the one that has the most health. Then we're going to lose 10 more gold, which is fine. It's not like gold helps us much. Since we can't buy what we want at shops, we just have to buy cards. Cosmic Indifference. Interesting. I could gain 12 block and play Void Form, which might be the way to do this battle. I think it'd be an excellent way to do this battle, and I could either do the Shackling Potion or the Block Potion. Let's do the Shackling Potion and do Void Form. Great, now we play things for free. So Glitter Stream is a great thing to play for free because it normally costs 2. Genesis also normally costs 2, and I guess we have more star power things in our deck, so we'll play it. And then I'm kind of sad that there's so much damage coming in. I can reduce that by killing this one, which I probably will do. Okay, we can gain more block this turn. There we go. Now we're blocking fully. How about that? We don't have a rolling boulder, which I wanted for this one, but we didn't draw it fast enough. There's a bundle of joy. Let's do that. Mayhem is probably the one to do. It is probably the correct one to do, even though you kind of want to do Panache first. I'm just spreading the damage around at this point. And I should have done this first, clearly. So the Sovereign Blade just doesn't do that much right now. But I think I'm still going to play it. Kills that one. And most likely we'll defeat these two before that one comes back, based on what we have so far. All the rolling boulder for free, huzzah. And then the rest of these being free is not very significant. Alright, well, anyway. We don't need that much block, so yeah, there it is. I like the picture from Mayhem. You did come back, unfortunately, because we didn't get as much damage as we could have. We got our Sovereign Blade back, though, which means we can just do this and that. Okay, feel pretty confident. Block Potion, excellent. Makes me wish I had chosen the Block Potion rather than the Shackle Potion. And Gorge, I think that's what it's called. 4 plating every turn, very nice. We could get another Glitter Stream for even more block. Or we could do a Solar Strike. I think we might benefit from Solar Strike now. Our deck is only 28 cards. That's pretty small, right? Or wait a minute, this is Act 2, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Okay, never mind. It's pretty big for where we are. Ho ho, Void Form on the first turn. And we can still play... Well, we should have played the other cards first because it ends our turn. Whoops. So Glitter Stream is a good one to play off of that. And we're really just gaining enormous amounts of block, which is... It's nice, but it's also not what we needed just then. And then we got no block this time. Fine. Oh, but that got our Sovereign Blade into our hand. Interesting. So we could play one of our potions to block for 5, but that seems not good enough. Bundle of Joy for free. Ooh, by the way, these cost 0 star power too. So when it says you play something for free, it's free in both types of the energy. How about that? What's a gold axe? Deal damage equal to the number of cards played this combat. I wonder how much it costs to play. It probably costs at least 2. We're going to play Devastate. Oh, the gold axe only costs 1. How about that? That's pretty nice. Secret weapon can get me a Flash of Steel. And then Sovereign Blade does 20. That's not quite enough to win this turn, but it's pretty close. Let's do the Sovereign Blade and the Gold Axe. Alright, remember there are thorns. Oh, my Mercury Hourglass one. Nice. We could get another Devastate. We could get an Astral Pulse, which is not bad. Also, Refine Blade. Let's go deeper into our blade. I like those Forge cards. A pair. Huzzah. I forget what this one does. We fought those two a few times, but I don't remember what that one does. Bundle of Joy on the first turn. Let's do it. We get Dark Shackles. Ultimate Defend. Ultimate Defend is amazing. At the start of your next turn, return this to your hand, and it deals 11 damage. Whoa, that's not bad. Okay. Let's do that. Dark Shackles. We don't need to use it, so let's keep it in our deck. Guess we should hit you, because you're going to be more of a problem than this guy. And I just don't know what the right one does, so he weakens me. That's not too special. I of course want to play Void Form. We would take 1 damage if we did. I think we can not take that damage, though. Pretty easily. What would we want from our discard pile if we played Cosmic Indifference? I guess we could take the Shackles. Dark Shackles. That's basically all the block we need for next turn. And then... Pillar of Creation? Sure. We got our Dark Shackles. Do we even need the Dark Shackles now that we got it? The answer is we could use it, but we can also just use Glitter Stream, which is better. So, we'll just use Glitter Stream. I could kill either one of those. Let's finally kill this one. We already have the block for you. So let's just deal you a bunch of damage, right? The Thrumming Hammer. Collision Course. Solar Strike. Brought in War. There you go. And we got our Sovereign Blade, which we could play to win next turn. Oh, we can't, because the Mercury Hourglass will win for us. Okay. Cure All. I think I'm going to take a Cure All over the second block potion. The Cure All seem really good. We just haven't had a reason to do much with them. We could take another Solar Strike. We could take a Glimmer, which draws a couple cards, basically. Or we could take a second Pillar of Creation. Honestly, I don't want any of these, but we have to take a card. I'm going to take another Pillar of Creation. The Infested Prism. We could do Bundle of Joy. We could do Bundle of Joy after playing Pillar of Creation, which is kind of cool. That's a nice little combo. Panic button. Okay. Deal 12 damage, retain your hand this turn. Oh, okay. I mean, my hand is fine. It's not amazing. We could play Panic button, but then we can't gain block the next few turns. But we could use our block potion to gain block, to be fair. So I might do it anyway. think I will. Panic button. I don't know how much he's going to attack for the next couple turns. We have 14 block from the Horn Cleat. And we still gain block if we create a card, which unfortunately none of the current cards we have do that. So we're just going to take 2 damage, probably. I'm fine with taking 2 damage. Solar Strike allows us to play Devastate. And then there's no reason to play Defense, because they don't do anything. Let's play Mayhem. Oh, I forgot about the 4 plating that we had. That's nice. So Pillar of Creation could give us some cards. Or give us some block, I mean. And this, we can actually gain block normally now, actually. We've already passed that problem. Not that we have block to get in our hand except for fisticuffs, but we could gain block normally. And it looks like we're going to take 1 damage, which is fine. Now let's play Genesis. 1 damage and 10 gold. Ouch. Losing gold. So it played that card, but it played it for free, which means we didn't lose our stars. Nice. I do like playing Void Form. Let's do Falling Star, Rot in War, and Void Form. So the first 2 are free. I want one of those to be Glitter Stream, and the other one to be Rolling Boulder. Excellent. Flash of Steel. Didn't deal you damage, so we didn't get the energy, right? I do want to play Summon Forth. Let's play Summon Forth and play our Blade. There's no reason to have the Blade in our hand if we just never use it. And these 2 cards are not that useful to play. So let's use our Blade. And use Venerate. Oh, our Blade got stronger. And the boulder starts. I like that the boulder is starting. So Glitter Stream is a good one to start with, because it normally costs 2. And then, you know, a Defend. Falling Star, Collision Course. We'll play the Debris this time. I usually don't play the Debris. Just let them go into the deck. Ooh, you're dealing a lot of damage this turn. Luckily, we can take you out. Okay, not bad. Power Potion. I'm going to get rid of one of the cure-alls, I guess. Let's have 3 different potions. Cloak Clasp. Now that's a nice card, or a nice relic. Yeah, that's normally a Watcher relic. I say normally, I mean in Slay the Spire, the first Slay the Spire, that's a Watcher relic. Interesting. We could get another Pillar of Creation. Or another Summon Forth. Because that gets our Blade back. Let's get the Blade back again. Smith? And what do we smith? Void Form? Right. That doesn't make it cheaper. Rolling Boulder? It just is 1 turn faster. That's not hugely important on Rolling Boulder. Refine Blade adds 4 damage to the blade. Summon Forth adds 3 more. What about the other colorless cards that we have? Are they already upgraded? I guess so. We could do Fisticuffs. I'm going to choose Rolling Boulder, just out of there's nothing else that I care about, and Rolling Boulder, starting a turn early, is at least something. It's 5 more damage every turn. Okay, so we can pretty easily kill one of these this turn, which I guess we'll do this one, the exoskeleton over there. Fallen Star, Collision Course, and Fisticuffs. And then Rot in War on you because you're getting stronger. There's our Sovereign Blade. I guess there's no reason not to play it now because, you know, it doesn't kill you, but I still don't think there's much of a reason not to because I think they only do 9 damage. Like, this is confusingly said. Reduce all damage taken and HP lost by exoskeleton to 9. So this is named exoskeleton. So every time you deal damage to it, you can do a max of 9. So that's the highest that Sovereign Blade is going to do. The Rolling Boulder. Oh man. We can do the Rolling Boulder. We have enough block to do it. Let's do it. Rolling Boulder. Go. I think Rolling Boulder is one of my favorite cards in this deck. It's a neat card. You die. Get our blade back. Oh, the blade didn't come back. Whoops. Not what that card does. And then the Mercury Hourglass will win. The Mercury Hourglass has claimed several kills. Ooh, the Boulder goes before the Mercury Hourglass. Boulder for the victory. I don't want any of these. Let's take another collision course. Alright. The Entomancer. Oh, you're the one that adds days to my draw pile every time I attack you. I bet that works with my Pillar of Creations. Like every time I attack him, I'll gain block too. Probably. So Cosmic Indifference can get something back, but none of these are the things I want to get back, so let's play it first. And you're doing 21 damage, so let's get this. And I guess we're going to play Rotten Moor and get a Dazed. It's not my favorite, but that is how it is. Oh, Void Form. So Void Form, we would take a total of 1 damage if we played Void Form. Totally worth it. Let's do it. Oh, and there's Rolling Boulder. You say whenever an enemy is hit by an attack, which does not count Rolling Boulder. Rolling Boulder for the victory. I don't even want to play my Sovereign Blade or anything. Yeah, let's just wait. I don't really want more Dazed in the deck. Flash of Steel, even? Yeah, just end the turn. Until we have our Pillar of Eternity and its blocking. There's a Pillar of Creation. I said Pillar of Eternity. It's apparently Pillar of Creation. So now we get to learn if it works the way that I hope it works. Let's play the Genesis for free. And then Sovereign Blade does 15 damage and gets me 6 block. Is that right? Oh, it didn't work. He created a card, apparently. I didn't create a card. How sad. Alright, well, that's unfortunate. In that case, I would like to gain 12 block, please. Maybe I should do the Cure All instead. Let's do the Cure All instead. We might get something better. Summon forth, get a blade back. Alright, we're still going to choose the block. Bundle of Joy. I like the Bundle of Joy. Let's do the Bundle of Joy first. The Gambit. Gain 100 block if you take unblocked attack damage this combat die. I mean, that doesn't sound like the best thing to play. Let's do Glitter Stream. And then we really do want to play Devastate because it does 30 damage. Let's do Master of Strategy first. Oh my. I guess what we're going to do is Devastate for 30 damage. We're going to do Refined Blade. And should we do a Flash of Steel and a Collision Course? Because we'll get closer to winning with our Sovereign Blade. I guess so. That's going to be what we do. We'll play that at least. Don't play the Gambit. I don't want to die because I played Gambit. Alright, so we can play Sovereign Blade. And then the other card, if you didn't die so fast, jeez. Nunchaku is good in this deck. Hegemony is nice, but another Pillar of Creation. Let's go. Debris will be our source of block. We will generate debris and put it in front of us, and that will be our source of block. Alright, what do we even... How about Bundle of Joy? 4 colorless cards. Let's do it. Bundle of Joy. That's even more block from Bundle of Joy. Okay, so we need to be able to turn around in this battle because we're on both sides of us. Which I'm glad they're actually doing like in the middle of the game rather than it only being an Act 4 thing like they did in Slay the Spire. Like, this is a really cool mechanic, and I'm glad they brought it back. Anyway, what do we want to do? Probably Fisticuffs. Fisticuffs, we gained 20 block, so we're good on block. Let's get the Sovereign Blade. Let's build it up a little bit. And then I guess we get rid of the debris because we don't need it. Not that you need debris. It's the creation of the debris that gives me block, not drawing debris. So, I could play my Sovereign Blade and then summon forth. I could even play Falling Star. Fallen Star, and then Sovereign Blade, and then summon forth. Because we don't have all the block that we want. Could do Cosmic Indifference instead of summon forth. Let's do that. Because we haven't gained our block stuff yet. And we have 0 energy, and we're adding it to the top of our deck, so it doesn't really matter what costs exactly. Let's get summon forth on top, so we can get our blade back. So, summon forth, bring my blade into existence once again. It does 31 damage now. If only we could play Defend and Sovereign Blade. Let's just play the Defend and a Strike then. Where's our Pillars of Creation? We really need those. There's a Pillar of Creation. It's a little bit late. Yeah, okay. We have 3 block, which means we're taking 30 damage as it stands, and Defends only give me 3 block. We're still going to play them. Okay, so you're dealing 21 damage. There's another Pillar of Creation. Excellent. we don't have any way to gain block this turn. That's not great. Oh, actually, Gathering Light does. Okay. We're playing Pillar of Creation, Gather Light, and Forge. No, we have to do Rot and War because we have to turn around in order to not get as much damage. And then we can still do Refine Blade. Great. Okay, which way do we want to point this time? We want to point the way that we're pointing. Ho-ho, Rolling Boulder. The Void form came at the wrong time. Let's do Bundle of Joy. Bundle of Joy might give me something. Next turn, gain block equal to your current block. Oh, that's not bad. Maybe we should gain more block before we play it? I don't know. We could play the ultimate defend and then prolong. Alright. And we're basically doing nothing else. So let's do Bolos to you. I guess to you because we have enough block. We're going very slowly this battle. I acknowledge that. Another Pillar of Creation. We could play... I mean, we don't need to play anything for block this turn. Let's just deal damage. The Sovereign Blade does 20 or 42 damage. Bolos does 3. And then Collision Course does 9 and gives us some block. We need to take out this right side, I think. Sooner than later. And of course there's you attacking me for a lot. Let's play the defend. I'm going to attack you with these two, though. Or actually, that's not an attack. And then you get the Bolos. We gain 11 block every time we create a card, by the way. Which is kind of nice. Summon Forth is perfect, because that means that we can kill you right now. Excellent. Alright, and now you are going to be next. Nunchaku is about to give us energy. We've got Falling Star, which does apply weakness, which is nice. Really want to play the Void form. If I do, we're going to get all of this damage, though. I could do Gathering Light. Could do Gather Light and still avoid Void form because of the Nunchaku. Or we could play Defend to gain 3 more block. Let's do Void form. I think we need to actually get this going. And I forgot to play Bolos before Void form. I'm constantly forgetting that Void form ends my turn when I play it. Which is not great. Okay, let's play this one and then this one? What do we want to put on top? We get to play it this turn. I guess what we want to put on top is probably Summon Forth. Strike, Impatience, Summon Forth. The Collision Course actually gives us a lot of block. And then let's play the Debris. Oh, the Rolling Boulder finally made it here. I'm just going to play the Sovereign Blade every turn, though, as every time we have it in our hand. Summon Forth. We can play it again and win. Excellent. Okay, that battle took a long time, unfortunately. At the end of combat, gain 30 gold. We are not going to do well with gold. Ooh, Seeking Edge. Excellent. Let's do it. That's perfect for this deck. Alright, our sword will now deal damage to all enemies after we play that card. Enchant all card rewards with Glam. That's pretty nice. Especially because we have to take card rewards. Or we could mark 7 random combats and have them only be at 1 HP. Or we could gain 999 gold, which would not be good for me. Alright, let's do glitter. I like it. Glam. Now, let's avoid going to a shop, because that might be bad for us. Let's go this way. That way, up here, we get a fireplace and an elite, and another fireplace and an elite, and then another fireplace and an elite. That looks like a great run through that act. Let's go. We have Pillar of Creation on the first turn with the collision course. Not bad. We're going to play the defend, though, because it gives me 10 block right now. And then collision course, let's just hit you. I don't think this is a deck that will take out the back one very easily. And then honestly, do we want to strike or play Genesis? I guess let's play Genesis. And we end up taking 1 damage. Pillar of Creation, excellent. Fisticuffs, collision course, and we have 29 block. Great, I like how we're gaining block so easily. Seeking Edge, wonderful. So now we could hit both. Let's play that. We've got more Summon Force in the deck, so I see no reason not to do Sovereign Edge now. Oh, and we still have an energy. Oh, the Nunchaku gave me an energy. Let's get our blade back, so we can use it next turn. So, we've got Devastate, which wins, or Sovereign Blade, which wins. Sovereign Blade. Sovereign Blade is the way to go. We are the Sovereign. Gather Light, Glow, or Resonance. Resonance seems pretty strong, especially with the replay one. Yeah, let's do Resonance. You guys. Ooh, I've got a Rolling Boulder. If only Rolling Boulder was a good idea to play. Well, I guess we don't have any other way to gain block this turn, so we're going to play Defend and Rolling Boulder. Alright. And we're going to take a fair amount of damage. I guess it was only 4. It wasn't that much. So Pillar of Creation plus Bundle of Joy is a nice combination. Let's do it. Pillar of Creation, Bundle of Joy. None of those ended up costing 0, which is actually a surprise for colorless cards. But we did gain enough block. And then the Rolling Boulder mostly takes them out, plus the Mercury Hourglass. So, Flash of Steel. There we go. Excellent. Radiant Tincture. Gain energy. Gain an additional energy at the start of your next 3 turns. Nice. There are some good potions in this game. I guess Crush Under? Crush Under looks pretty good, and I don't think I want the other ones that much. Know Thy Place is interesting, I guess. But no, let's take Crush Under. Interesting. The Lost, the Forgotten. You are stealing my strength, and you're stealing my block. Got it. Let's refine our blade. We could use our blade immediately. It's not like we're doing anything else this turn. I think we need to kill this one because we gain block from so many sources. I don't think dexterity is the most important. So let's deal our damage here. Okay, you guys are attacking for a fair amount, to be fair. I want to play Pillar of Creation and then summon forth. The Sovereign Blade does damage, but it's not enough damage. I guess let's play Wrought in War and Strike this turn. And we'll play Sovereign Blade a future turn. We just took 8 damage here, which is not great. Ho-ho, the Seeking Edge. I mean, Rolling Boulder is really nice too, but Seeking Edge is probably exactly what we want. Okay. We almost kill you with Sovereign Blade right now. Does that mean I play something else? I don't think so. I think we play the Sovereign Blade. So we'll get our strength back soon. We don't have our block back yet. But we did get the Pillar of Creation Bundle of Joy combo, which is nice. We got another Flash of Steel. Panache. Flash of Steel that does 1. And then Flash of Steel that does 8. Collision Course. Summon forth so we can use our blade next turn. Sure. Alright, I like how the deck works a lot of the time. Sovereign Blade does 44. Fisticuffs does a little bit more. And then we'll win with Mercury Hourglass. Oh, we didn't because he gained block. I did not notice he was gaining block. Whoops. Alright, we'll win with Collision Course instead. I was trying to give a win to Mercury Hourglass. It's gotten a few. Another Summon Forth? I mean, it is what my deck does. More than what those other things do. The Replay 1, I guess, does the Forge 8 twice. It's not as good because the second thing doesn't really do much with the Replay. This one, Replay twice, is pretty neat. We would get tons of energy the following turn. I don't think we can use tons of energy is the thing. So let's do Summon Forth. Hello. You are summoning monsters. The Seeking Edge immediately. Interesting. Pillar of Creation. Seeking Edge. Now we already have a Sovereign Blade. Let's do the Flash of Steel. We probably want to just do Fisticuffs, which gives me a lot of block. And Strike. And then we've got the Sovereign Blade for next turn after he summons this monster. The monster has a lot of health, it turns out. I like the Pillar of Creation. Let's do Summon Forth Sovereign Blade, though, because that kills that one. Oh, I got energy from Nunchaku that I just didn't use. I was wondering what happened. The Nunchaku I left without using it. I'm going to play Glitter Stream. As much as I would like to play Rolling Boulder, we can't this time. Just gain block this turn, sadly. We need our blade again. Because it would kill all of them if we got a summon blade. Which we did not get. Unfortunately. The resonance is not too bad. We can play every card in our hand. So we probably just should do that. Let's hit this one. And then play res... Oh no, it has a star cost that I didn't notice that it had. Oh, but Solar Strike allows us to still do it. So we're killing you. We played those kind of out of order, though. So Collision Course gives me some block when we play it. And then Raw and War does 9 damage. So let's do this here. And then this here. Still taking a little bit of damage. But only a little bit this turn. Alright, we need our Summon Blade. We did not get a Summon Blade, but we did get a Bundle of Joy, which tends to be quite nice too. Ooh, the Thrumming Hatchet. I like the Thrumming Hatchet. If your hand is empty, draw 2 cards. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Not this turn, and probably not another turn either. We could get the Summon Forth, not right now, because it's not an attack. Right. The Crush Under, though. Let's take the Crush Under. But I really want to play Thrumming Hatchet. Let's do the Crush Under, though. Crush Under is better for right now. And then we should have a Summon Blade in our deck that we'll draw soon. Summon Forth, there it is. Summon Forth, Sovereign Blade, Crush. And hopefully we have another Summon Forth. We do have another Summon Forth. Huzzah. Summon the Blade, attack. Okay, a Liquid Bronze. And then... So I haven't seen this one yet. At the start of your turn, plays from the exhaust pile. Replay 1. Does that mean I play it twice, and then the next turn it plays itself again? I mean, that sounds really cool, but is it good enough for a 3-cost card? I'm not sure. What about Photon Cut? Deals 13 damage and draws 2 cards. Put 1 card from your hand on top of your draw pile. That's not great with the replay because you put 1 on top and then you draw it again. I want to try out Bombardment. It seems like it might be good. And what do we upgrade? We could upgrade Bombardment. Upgrading one of these Glam cards is probably the best bet. 24. Alright. 48 damage when we play it. That's pretty nice. It's a big attack card. A Mechanite. And we drew Bombardment on the first turn. Well, we could play it on the first turn. I think we're going to take a fair amount of damage this turn, because we don't really have much way to gain block. We can gain 8 block. I guess that's something. Play Bombardment. Nice. Play Collision Course. And then play Refine Blade. Okay, and then we take a fair amount of damage. And I don't think I'm going to use any of those. I kind of want to save them for the boss or for some time that it seems more helpful than this particular elite. Oh, it only played itself once because the Glam didn't work in the exhaust pile. Aw, that's just unfair. I think that's unfair. Resonance, Wrought in War, Sovereign Blade, Collision Course, Collision Course. And then you're going to add 4 cards. Burn cards. Ick. Oh, but it plays itself every turn. Nice. Bundle of Joy. Do we have enough space in our hand? No. We do not. If we do Fisticuffs, that will block as much as we need to block for the burns. So let's play Fisticuffs. And then let's play Bundle of Joy and see if we can play any of them. We can play the Gambit, which is not the card I want to play in this battle. The Gambit would kill me, because if I took any damage this combat, I would die. Okay, you're dealing 40 damage. 40. That's not good. I can block 5 of that. Well, 6 of that. Okay. Well, we're going to take a lot of damage. At least we keep hitting you over and over every single turn. That's nice, at least. The Solar Strike allows me to play Falling Star, which allows me to deal more damage this turn with Sovereign Blade. And then we'll win at the beginning of next turn, just from the card being played from my exhaust pile. Unfortunately, we took a lot of damage in that battle. This is an elite battle, but still. A lot of damage in that one. Liquid Memories. Is that better than something here? It's better than Thorns. And Anchor. Excellent. We've got the Anchor and the Horn Cleat. Devastate. 40 damage, replay 1. I mean, let's take it. It does have 4-star power, which is annoying. But if we get it off, it's really nice. Stopwatch. Whenever you play 3 or fewer cards during your turn. How often do we do that? I honestly don't know. Let's rest here. Because, you know, we were pretty hurt. And we're going into another elite. The Soul Nexus. There's Bombardment on my first turn again. I mean, I like Bombardment. I would like to draw more block cards in the first turn, technically. Those would be nice. So that we don't just get damaged all the time. We have Cloak Clasp, which does a little bit. And we've got the 4 damage, or the 4 block here, and we have the Anchor. So we've got a lot for us having not drawn a block card, but still. I'm going to play the Solar Strike. I realize that we're going to get less block from the Cloak Clasp, because we played that, but still. Okay, this turn we actually got some block cards, and we don't really need them that much. How about that? Let's play Pillar of Creation. The Crush Under is kind of nice. Yeah, let's play Summon Forth, Crush Under, Collision Course, Collision Course. And then Cosmic Indifference. So that we could get Crush Under again? Sure. Crush Under is nice. Okay. What do we actually have here? It doesn't look that great. We can have you lose strength, and because I'm vulnerable, that means it'll go down more than it looks like it will go down. That's nice. And then you're still doing 40 damage. My Sovereign Blade does a sad amount. So I think this is the time to play Liquid Memories. And Liquid Memories, we would want to get back Glitter Stream. Let's do it. Glitter Stream, please give me some block. I need it this turn. Somewhat badly. Somewhat badly. Alright, luckily we've got another fireplace after this one. And we should be winning very soon. Devastate does 30. Devastate does 30 and then we do Sovereign Blade. Right. Or Devastate gets played twice because of the glam. Forgot about that. Dexterity Potion. Good for the final battle. Pen Nib. Ooh, that could be really good in this deck. Another Pillar of Creation with a Replay 1. Sure. Gather Light is also kind of nice with Replay 1. This one helps every turn. This one helps when we draw it. I think I have to take Pillar of Creation here. It's a long-term solution. And let's rest again. We've got our 40-card deck. That's what happens when you never skip card rewards. You get a pretty big deck. How much do I want to play Genesis? Not that much. So I guess I'm going to play Fisticuffs, gaining some block. I kind of wish I could tell that guy not to gain block this turn, because I didn't need it this turn, but you know, I don't have that fine-tuned ability to control him. So you're dealing... How much is that? 24? 24 damage. 24 damage. We've got Gather Light that we could play. But wouldn't we rather play a Devastate? I mean, kind of, but it's good to not take damage. Let's do the Falling Star first. It does mean that we can't play Devastate. It's sad. But I want to see the weakness number. The weakness number... If we didn't play any block, we would get 1 damage. And because of Cloak Class, we would probably get 0. So, we don't need to gain more block. Oh, Void Form. There we go. Alright. Oh, I forgot to play... I forgot to play my cards before Void Form again. Need to learn that Void Form ends my turn. Bombardment for free. I like it. And then... Should we play the Sovereign Blade for free? I think so. And then Refine Blade, Wrought in War. Resonance is really nice. Let's do it. Probably should have played it before I played something else, because it does give me attack, or strength, I mean. You're flying now. That's super annoying. Alright, Pillar of Creation first, and then Bundle of Joy. Oh, the Devastate, though. We have to play it as one of the first two. Okay, we'll play it as the first one. Because otherwise we couldn't afford to play it. I'm going to play Pillar of Creation for free, and then play the Bundle of Joy for 2. And we drew the Ultimate Defend, which is kind of nice. Dramatic Entrance can go now. What about Secret Weapon? Do we have an attack in my deck that would win this turn? We have Crush Under with the Glam on it, which is not bad at all. Let's get that. And you're at 10. Ultimate Defend and Strike. Bombardment wins. Excellent. Bombardment is a good card. I wish that the glam worked from the exhaust pile, though. That would make it enormously better. Enormously better. I can't skip these. I was about to be like, we should skip, but we can't skip. That's the whole point of this challenge. So, do we play Glow to draw lots of cards? Or do we play something else? Let's play Glow to draw lots of cards. Alright, should we start this battle off with one of these? I'm kind of thinking maybe we should. It's hard to tell, though. And we did get Crush Under on the first turn. We can't play the Devastate. Ooh, every 10th attack? Oh, we can't do that with Crush Under, can we? It's so sad. Because we only have 2 attacks in our hand that we can play. Well, I think that using one of these would be a good idea. I think I might not, because I really want to save them for the boss, maybe. I would use the Dexterity Potion this turn if we had any way to gain block, which we don't. Yeah, okay. Let's do Summon Forth. Our blade is pretty big already. We're going to do Crush Under this turn. Excellent. And then the blade doesn't kill anybody. Ooh, it does. It does kill the front one even. Let's do it. How about that? Because, oh, the pen nib. Oh, the pen nib actually worked for me because I summoned a blade. Great. That worked out wonderfully. And my Nunchaku is pretty close. So we can gain some extra energy too. I mean, I want to play Void Form though. Let's play Void Form. Oh, let's remember to play Collision Course before Void Form. I remembered it this time. One of the first times I remembered. My upgrades are no more. Oh, my cards are no longer upgraded. That's unfortunate. And of these cards, I think we want to play Glitter Stream for free. And I guess we play a Pillar of Creation for free. And then another Pillar of Creation. And then Fisticuffs. We're just getting lots of block here. That gives us an energy. We can't afford bombardment, sadly. And then Glow, draw lots of cards. Another Collision Course. And Refined Blade. Oh, I just realized that all of these are ethereal. It has the little the little magnifying glass thing or whatever on it. So all of these are going to go away. That's fine. I don't care if they get burned. We have too big a deck to worry about our cards being burned. Bombardment plays from the exhaust pile. So even if it exhausts, you still get to play it. That is exactly how it should work. Indeed. I think Summon Forth might actually finish this battle. Almost. So let's do Secret Weapon to find Devastate and win from there. Alright, that was a pretty clean Elite battle, actually. Gambler's Brew, I really like Gambler's Brew. Oh, what is it better than up there, though? Probably nothing. Let's do Orichalcum, which will do almost nothing for me, hopefully. And then Cloak of Stars. Cloak of Stars with the Glam. Alright, and let's rest once more. and go into the boss of Act 3. So, we have been playing with my Fat Deck Challenge, where I'm not allowed to remove cards. Every time that I can add a card, I have to. And we ended up with a 42 card deck, mostly because I avoided going to shops. So, we have all of this money that we ended up not spending on buying new cards because I avoided going to shops. So that we wouldn't have to spend all of our money on cards. But this went pretty well, it looks like. So, what do we start with here? I mean, I really want to start with Bombardment, of course. And we could still play the Cloak of Stars, yeah. So, Bombardment. Starting with Bombardment in this battle seems just very strong. Do we defeat the first part of this battle on the first turn? Almost. Very close to it. You're at 1. Oh, except Nunchaku procced, so we can actually attack him. Alright. First part of the battle done. And you revive yourself? How many times do you revive yourself anyway? It doesn't say. I feel like I've fought this one before. Did I fight this one before? If I did, I don't remember the number. So, Pillar of Creation, and then Seeking Edge. There's our Sovereign Blade. Now, we could gain block. Yeah, let's gain block. Gain block. Ooh, let's put Bundle of Joy back in my hand. Bundle of Joy will be fun. We can't play Devastate. Start with a Bundle of Joy. The Ultimate Strike, a strike that does 14 damage. There's the Gambit, which, oh man. I'm still not going to play that. In fact, why didn't I play these? I don't know. Let's play the Radiant Tincture now. And the Dexterity Potion, and the Power Potion. I don't know why I didn't start with those. So Monarch's Gaze is pretty nice. We already have the Seeking Edge, so we don't really need a second one. Monarch's Gaze. Excellent. Shockwave applies 3 weak and vulnerable. I bet those don't go... Like, I bet those go away when you defeat the enemy. And it summons the next one, but I don't know that it does. Which makes me want to try it. Alright. Collision Course. Collision Course for 27 damage? Where is that coming from? I mean, I know I've got 9... I guess I do have 9 strength, and he has vulnerable. Still. What do we want to put on top? Not the Gambit. I guess the Ultimate Strike. The Ultimate Strike seems pretty good. And we gain block because of the Cloak Clasp, so we take no damage. I like having that bombardment constantly. Void Form. I really should play Void Form. Let's play it. Okay, Cloak of... Oh no, I should not have played it first, though. Whoops. Of course I made the mistake in this battle, too. Alright, so we're going to play everything that makes my blades better. We can't play those. We can't play, like, anything in this deck. Or in this hand. Alright. Fine. So here is your final? Yes. At the end of every turn gains intangible. Oh man. So you're intangible half the time. I don't like that. Let's do Glitter Stream for free. And then we play the Pillar of Creation. And then Resonance, because that seems really nice. And then summon forth to make our blade stronger for the turn that it actually can be hit. Alright, our blade does 48 damage. We just gained a whole bunch of energy for some reason. And I don't want to spend it. Okay. So, you're dealing 43 damage. How much can we block for? Well, we're definitely going to play Rolling Boulder for free. Excellent. Sovereign Blade, this is the turn to play it. And then Pillar of Creation, we should probably play, but let's play Glow first to see if we get something we should be playing instead. I mean, not really. Okay, Pillar of Creation, Pillar of Creation. We don't have the block this turn, but we'll have it in a future turn. Bombardment, hit you for 1. We will summon our blade. We'll play Devastate for free, I guess, just so that, you know, because we can play it for free. And we'll save the Sovereign Blade for next turn. You're adding burns to my deck. You know, my deck is gigantic. I don't think adding burns to it is really a way to hurt me. So, Glitter Stream first. And then Falling Star for free. So that we don't spend the star power, I guess. I don't really know what I would want to play. I guess we can play Sovereign Blade for free, and then we can summon it again and play it again for free. Well, not for free the second time, but we can afford to play it and win that way. Alright, great. And Toaster Mage, welcome to the stream. Excellent. So, I beat my first run as the Regent, having known nothing about the character, with the Fat Deck Challenge, where we had to add a card to our deck every time we had the chance to add a card to our deck. We ended up with a 42-card deck. We would have ended up with much higher if I had ever gone to a shop. I only ended up going to one shop, and I managed to buy one card that used up all my gold. So, we did it. Huzzah. And what's the next character? I've noticed that the amount of damage is the same. Like, we have dealt exactly that much twice in a row. Another epic. We discovered 71 cards, 4 new relics, 13 new enemies. Really? Okay. And we got 5 new epics. All right, let's unlock new things, including another character. We should unlock another character too. None of the epics there, so let's do them in order, I guess. The clouds churn maliciously as the capital trembles. 12 days later, the rain stops, but the flame has gone out. The spire opens its doors once more. Oh, okay. Potions. Gain 1 ritual. I like it. Enemies' attacks now do 30% less damage for the next 4 turns. Okay, interesting. It's like a better than weakness, but only for 4 turns. Or it's like a weakness for 4 turns, but it doesn't count as weakness. I don't know. I'm just babbling at that point. Droplet of Precognition. Choose a card in your draw pile and add it to your hand. Oh, exactly the opposite of the potion that we played with this time, where you get your discard pile. Except that this one doesn't allow you to play it for free. So it's worse. Generally. Interesting. The Regent, we beat Act 1. So, kaboom! Fantastic explosion. Finally, I arrive. Forge 10, I would have definitely played that. At the start of your turn, Forge 4, that would have been nice. The Sword Sage, increase the cost of Sovereign Blade by 1. Oh. That's a double-edged sword. Haha. Get it. Alright. Sorry. That was bad. We need a hero. Deadly monsters have begun to trickle out of the spire at increasing rate. The Regent learns of this dismay and takes it upon himself to become that hero. Fencing manual. At the start of each combat, forge 10. Yes. For every 10 star spent, gain 10 block. Ooh, that could be really good in a star power deck. At the end of your turn, gain a star. Not bad. Beat Act 3 with the Regent, and we get... The strange man at the top of this tower must be defeated by me, and only me. Devise the brilliant plan. The brilliant plan is try harder. Alright, new potions. A star potion? Cosmic concoction. Add 3 upgraded colorless cards to your hand. That seems amazing. Like, there's a colorless potion where you pick one of 3 colorless cards. This one adds 3 upgraded cards. That's an incredible potion. And then this one I can't read all that it does. Oh, it just forges 15. And I can't read the hints because the hints are all right there. Forge 15 on a potion. Interesting. It's like a 15 damage potion, kind of. Could be more. We have access to ascensions. I haven't done an ascension, of course. We've only done the first ascension, the 0 ascension. The Necrobinder. A young explorer unlatched the forbidden grimoire, magics from another time and place. She gains the understandings of life and death, but at a cost. The grimoire whispers, if I die, you die. Her skin organ... What is this? Oh, that's the character. Got it. So the next character is the Necrobinder. Alright, let's play as the Necrobinder. And we're going to play a different challenge for the Necrobinder. But let's see what the Necrobinder starting deck looks like before we decide the challenge. At the start of your turn, summon 1. What does that mean? What does summon 1 actually mean? I don't know. Does she summon 1 skeleton? Perhaps? Okay, so summon 1. Summon Asti with 1 HP. If already summoned, raise his HP by 1 for this combat. What does her deck look like? Interesting. Deals additional damage equal to Asti's current HP. Okay. I think for this one, we're going to do the skinny deck challenge. So, the challenge rules is going to be skinny deck. So, skinny deck. The skinny deck challenge is you can never have more than 12 cards. Never have more than 12 cards in deck. Alright, so that means it will be much harder to take new cards. We have to go to shops and remove them, and other ways to remove cards. Skinny deck challenge. He killed all that I love. Oh man. So she's related to the architect in some way? She knows about him, at least. So gaining cards is not the thing to do at the very beginning. And all of these are gaining cards. So I guess it's either going to be lead paperweight or scroll boxes. Scroll boxes is not great because we lose gold, and we need the gold to remove cards. So I think it's going to be lead paperweight. Every 10 cards you draw gain an energy. I like that. If your hand is empty, draw 2 cards and gain energy. You know, both of those could be nice, but it's really hard to know, having no concept of what her cards look like, which one of these we should go for. uh, Either one could be a dead weight in my deck. I'm going to play Automaton, or Automation, I guess. Alright, so we've got 11 cards in our deck. We need to go to shops. I see 2 shops that we can go to this way. Going to normal enemies is pretty bad, because they just give card rewards. Going to elites is not too bad. So I think we're going to go this way, so that we hit up 2 shops early, and remove some of the starting deck cards. Asti. Okay, what does Asti do? Asti absorbs all unblocked attack damage. Does he absorbs all of it? So you attack for 12 and all that you hit is Asti? Or you hit Asti for 1 and us for 11? I don't know. Summon 5. So if we do Bodyguard and then Unleash, that's going to deal 18 damage. Is that how that works? It dealt 12, because it says on the card, it said 12 because it was 6 plus 6. Okay, I got it. And now we get to find how Asti works with regard to this. So 5 damage goes there, and then 6 damage goes there, and then we get the last 1 damage? Is that what happens? That is exactly what happened. Okay, great. I understand how this works. At least a little bit. So defend 5 actually defends fully because Asti takes the other 1. Okay. And I'm going to play Automation, even though this is probably not the battle to worry about Automation. Unleash only does 7 because Asti only has 1 health. I understand how this works. Is Asti the one that died that she cared about? Is that what happened? I'm not sure. But in any event, we win. Okay. Do we add one of these cards? Probably not. Whenever you apply a debuff to the enemy, they take 9 damage. That sounds nice, but we don't have any cards that would give a debuff. Poke does not seem like one of the cards we want to have in this deck, probably. And Grave Blast is funny, but we're not going to play it. Okay, let's skip those. We can only add 1 card to our deck, remember, so we've got to choose like a good one to add. Ooh, choose a card to transform. Now that's a way to get rid of something we don't want from the beginning. Probably a strike. Strike became time's up. What does it do? Deal damage equal to the enemy's doom. Exhaust. That does nothing. Because we don't have anything that adds doom to enemies. Okay. Well, that was really unfortunate. Now we know something that we want. Time's up does nothing. Well, I guess we're going to play Automation, Defend, and Unleash. We didn't really need the Defend, did we? I mean, it's helpful. Defend, Defend, Strike. Let's keep Asti alive a little bit. Bodyguard gives Asti more health. Alright. That's kind of like a defend for the future. Ooh. Oh yeah, automation gave us extra. Alright. Slimed then. No. Why did we draw that card? Why did we draw that card? What? Oh, Slimed draws a card. Okay, it says it on the card that I played. This is not how Slimed works in the first game, but it is how it works in the game that I'm playing. So defend, defend, strike. And at this point, Asti has a whole lot of defense for us, and we can unleash all of that. Bodyguard and then unleash wins. Nice. Alright, so Time's Up is worthless in our deck unless we get a card that adds Doom. Well, it's not these. These are way too simple. Severance is interesting because it adds a soul in 3 places, and each one of them draws a card. It draws two cards, but it's a net gain of 1. Which helps with automation. And I need to add something to the deck at some point, so we're going to take it. And then we remove something. Do we remove the random card that we added? I think we do. Time's Up is just worthless in the deck that we have, which means we wasted that transform, kind of. But it is how it works. It's a useless card in our deck, and we're unlikely to make it useful. I could consider a potion while we're here, I guess. Draw 3 cards, deal 20 damage. I don't think I'm going to spend 50 on dealing 20 damage. I think we're going to save it up. Don't know if we'll have enough money to remove a card there. We didn't get as much as I thought we would have gotten. Okay, so automation plus severance. And then we could play the soul and it would increase the automation. Okay, I like that. We are tiny now. But Asti is not tiny, so Asti does the full damage. Oh, cool. Let's play the soul first. Probably should have played Unleash first, now that I think about it. We could play Severance. Oh, we don't do enough damage, right. So let's play the soul. Unleash does some. If we do Bodyguard, Unleash, and Defend, then Asti still dies. But we do a lot of damage. Oh, we had an extra energy, so we can do another Defend or a strike that doesn't win. We'll do the Defend. We want Asti to remain alive. And then win. Great. I'm getting a hang of this character, at least. So, we can only add 1 card. Reeve is something. It's kind of like what we added. We're going to skip those. Skip those. Please give me enough money to remove a card. We could transform a card. What if we transform another strike? Whenever attacks deal... I need to see what the card does. Whenever attacks deal damage, they also apply that much doom. Alright. So, we got something that applies doom after we got rid of the card that used it. Wonderful. Fine. And we don't have enough money to remove a card. We could technically add 1 more card. It says 11 here. But I don't think I want to. Do we want to add one of these? Probably not. Let's save our money for removing. Ooh, twig slime. I have not seen that one. That is new to me. Reaper form is interesting. It might be good to play first. Or we could play Severance first. Let's do that. And then play a soul. Bodyguard or strike? Bodyguard kind of eventually becomes a strike with Unleash. And it also kind of becomes a defend. But if we strike now, we could kill this one next turn. Let's strike. That's a lot of slimed in my deck. I do not like how much slimed is in my deck. So we definitely do this strike. I want to do automation, but that's a lot of damage coming my way if I did automation. I think what we're going to do is defend, defend, and then soul. And that way we're not drawing the automation again. We're also not drawing that soul again, which is annoying, but still. Severance on you. And then a strike on you. We'll just accept the fact that we've got lots of slimes in our deck, because we're not going to outpace the slimed. There's Bodyguard and Unleash. Let's play the soul first, though. Okay, so Bodyguard I like. Unleash does 13, and then if we defend, we get to keep Asti. Which means Unleash does more damage once we draw it again. Which we will at some point. Oh, we drew it this turn, actually. Let's play the soul first. Unleash and Severance. Don't play the soul this turn. Okay, strike wins. That one was harder than it should have been. Next turn, summon 2 and gain 2 energy. I mean, it's nice, but what are we using the energy on exactly? Yeah, let's skip these two. We need more cards, but I don't know what cards to add. Centennial Puzzle. I like the Centennial Puzzle. Excellent. Excellent relic. So we could do Bodyguard and Severance. And then play Soul because we want to come back to Unleash sooner. I kind of have never wanted to play Reaper form yet, and we still won't. It just costs 3, you know? 3 is expensive. Okay, play the Soul. We have Bodyguard and Unleash. We should play those. Bodyguard, Unleash. And play a Defend to keep Asti more lively. Severance does 13. It allows me to draw cards. There is an Unleash here. Let's do Severance. Draw some cards. Hope for Unleash. We got Unleash. That does 14, which means we can win this turn. Excellent. The plan worked. Cure All. I like it. Apply 21 Doom in 1 week to all enemies. That's kind of like dealing 21 damage to all enemies, right? They get to take a turn before they die, I guess. Interesting. It's not bad, but is it great? I'm not sure. The flatten is quite nice for a small deck, because if we've got a small deck, we will draw Unleash more often, and that means that flatten will be free. All right, I'm going to take flatten, which means we've got 12 cards. We can't get any more cards until we find a way to remove a card. Let's see if we find a way to remove a card. We cannot add this to our deck, so we have to... Well, we can because we remove a card, but removing a card and replacing it with Guilty? Oh, but it removes itself. Oh, never mind. After 5 combats. Okay, never mind. That's actually good. Let's get rid of a defend. So we've got 12 cards still, but one of the cards is going to remove itself, which is excellent. I'm so glad we found a shop too. So let's remove another strike. And now we have an opening for our deck, which is great. We're not going to fill that opening right now. Death March is not bad, honestly, but I'm not going to spend money to get it. We're going to spend money on removals as much as we can. This also means that when we fight the boss, we could get to keep one of the rare cards that we get from the boss. So flatten is not amazing this turn, but it's better than a strike. It's just a question of whether we want to play Reaper form. I think I'd rather do defend flatten. Poor Asti. Asti's gonna die. Okay, we've got plenty of cards in my hand, at least. I see Severance and Unleash, which means we could defeat that one. But if we did that, we would still take the 8 damage. And I'd like to not take the 8 damage. So, how about Bodyguard, Defend, and Defend? Yeah. It's not... That wasn't a great turn, but we kept Asti alive. And we kept Asti alive in such a way that if we drew Unleash, it would be great. We didn't draw Unleash, so it's not great, but still. Defend, defend. No, Asti is gonna die. It's sad. Asti will die. At least he'll block some for me before he dies. We could use the fire potion right here to kill that one. Let's do that. It feels pretty bad to use a fire potion in a normal enemy battle, though, which means we're not doing great. Let's play Automation, Severance, because then we can start playing these souls. I'm going to play as many as I can because I want to get to that extra energy quicker. Ooh. Do we want to draw these cards again? I wouldn't mind drawing Severance again. So let's do that. Soul. 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 Excellent. Even another one? Alright. Bodyguard essentially adds defense. It does. Severance doesn't win. But you know what Severance does? It allows me to get another energy because we play Soul, and then we draw one of those souls, and we play Soul again, and then we get another energy, which means we can now play Unleash and win. There we go. Alright, we could take one of these, but remember if we do... Yeah, okay, we're not going to take one of those. Elite battle. Surely an elite battle is a good idea with our deck that's not doing so hot. Let's actually play Reaper form this time. In a small deck, those infections are terrible, by the way. That's really not good for us. Severance? Do we play the other soul? Because we could draw infections, which would be bad. We could play the cure all. Let's play the soul. And we could play another soul. We will. Then there's the infection. Let's use cure all to draw more cards, get more infections. And mainly what we did with that was draw more so that we're going to gain energy more often. And we can block... I mean, not much, though. We don't block much. Oh, the infections didn't hit Asti. Interesting. Is that how that's supposed to work? It's only attack damage that he absorbs. Oh, interesting. He doesn't absorb the infection damage. That's very interesting. And those infections might kill me, by the way. They're bad in our very small deck. So we can unleash and flatten. Unleash and flatten. You're going to die at the end of your turn. So what we want to do is... I don't know if I want to play Severance. I think we do want to play Severance because I'd rather draw those this turn than next turn, sadly. And then you're going to put the infections in my discard pile, so let's put the discard pile as 0 before you do that. Yeah, this is not great. I think I'm going to die from the infections. I think that's what's going to happen. Okay, we are going to take damage from the infections. Because we can only block for 5. Hit the Wriggler. I think I'm going to lose in this battle. If we do lose in this battle, we're going to try this challenge again with this character. Because that was not a lot of time. So we can play Unleash and then Flatten, which means we could take less damage this turn. If we do the Unleash here, then we take less damage. Unleash and Flatten, and then we play the Defend. We take 1 damage from the infections, and Asti takes 6 damage. And then that guy dies. Should not have attacked that guy. I should have attacked one of these, since we knew he was going to die. Okay. Dare we play Soul when this is what our deck looks like? I mean, we need to draw the cards. We don't win unless we draw the cards. To be fair. It actually helped us, but so little that I think we might still die this turn. We cannot die this turn because we can kill this one, and then we're definitely not playing that soul. Because I'm just barely surviving this turn. Okay. Bodyguard, Infection, Unleash. Actually, we survive. Huzzah. We did not die in that battle. Alright, that elite almost took me out. Speed Potion and Vajra. I wonder if Vajra works on the Asti attacks. Do I want to add one of these cards? Remember, would be my last slot. The Seance transforms a card in my draw pile to soul, which means we just have an even smaller deck, but we don't get to choose which card, do we? I think we actually do choose which card. Oh man, I kind of want to take that. I'm going to take it. So that's our 12th slot. And we really, really need to rest right here, which is very sad. And let's see if we can win this battle. The chances are not great, one might say. Let's play Severance. The Speed Potion, we're going to need at some point. I'm going to play Severance first on this one. And let's play Automation. Okay. I think that's important for winning this battle, based on how our deck works. So, can we survive this turn is the question. I don't know. We're definitely going to do the Speed Potion. And that means that we choose Defend. Oh, we are frail. How very, very sad. We play the Soul. So now we gained more energy. We can play the Seance. If we get to choose which one, then it would be great. Let's see how it works. Oh, we do get to choose. Okay. Let's choose the Strike to be transformed into Soul. Excellent. So we've removed cards from our deck, basically. We have to play another Defend just to survive. Bodyguard also is kind of a Defend. It's just worse with the Dexterity because the Dexterity doesn't help. And then, do we play Soul? If we do, we're not going to get enough that we could do much. Oh, but we could draw Flatten, which means we can Unleash and Flatten, which is kind of nice. So, how much damage is Asti taking? So, 7, 11 to us. Asti is taking 5. So, Asti is surviving. How about that? Let's do this. Unleash and Flatten. And Asti survives. And we lose Frail, which is excellent. Oh, Seance. We can keep doing it? Oh, man. We can keep doing it. Alright. I did not realize how amazing this card was. Alright, Guilty. Become a Soul. Excellent. We can just cut down our deck so much. Okay, this is great. Play the Seance here. Or the Severance there. Play a Soul. Play another Soul. That gives us an extra energy. If we draw Unleash, it will be great. Which we still have a chance to do. Great. So Unleash, which means we can play Flatten. So Unleash here, Flatten there. And then we can play a Defend. Defend or Bodyguard are very similar. If we do Bodyguard, then you have more health for future, what is it called? Wait a minute. I miscalculated. I was looking at your max health, not your current health. That was not intelligent. Whoops. How much do we care about Bodyguard versus Defends? Bodyguard is basically as good as a Defend, so let's get rid of a Defend. Do we want to ever use the Reaper form? in this battle? That's another question that I should really ask myself. Maybe we should transform that one. Let's transform that one. Okay. So, we have Unleash and Flatten, which we will use. Let's do that right now. Unleash, Flatten, and then Defend, Defend. Okay. How about a Severance first? I don't know if we want to play Seance anymore. Because how many defends do we want to have in our deck total? I don't know. Maybe as much as we have. Severance goes here so that we get more souls, so we can just draw lots and lots of cards and get energy. Unleash and Flatten kills you. Let's do that. Unleash and Flatten. And then, can we get enough draws? We can't. So, Bodyguard or Defend do the same thing here. So let's just use one of them. All right. We might want to remove a Defend, but I'm not sure. Play the Soul. Defend, Defend. Or Defend Bodyguard. Well, Bodyguard is better than a Defend right now, because we're frail. Defend, Defend, and then Unleash, Flatten. So we're just going to Unleash, Flatten every turn. That is not a very impressive turn, by the way, to Unleash and Flatten every turn. We should be doing better than that, and we aren't. So, this is what we're doing. Okay. Unleash, Flatten. Huzzah. I wish we didn't have our extra energy when we have 3 defends in our hand. So now you're doing 12. The thing is, if I do Bodyguard and Defend, then you survive, and I could still do Unleash and Flatten. Oh, it's the current HP. So what does your max HP even do for us? Maybe there's another card we would get where it would do something for us. Let's do the Severance. Because if I do Severance, then I can do Unleash and Flatten. And then draw more cards. Wow, that was a poor decision. Wait a minute. I used up all of my... I thought I had another energy. I did not. Whoops, we just died. Okay. Let's try that one again. Because that was poor. And of course it was my first time ever seeing the character. But that was poor. So, what did we get? The Defect. The Defect reboots. Oh my, is the Defect a playable character? Alright, I thought the Defect was not a playable character. How about that? The Defect returns, which means the Watcher did not return. Underdocks. Aggressive sea creatures emerge from its depths. A fetid stench emanates from the grate leading to the underdocks. The slimy waters call to you. What does that mean? Is that a new area of the game? I don't know. Let's try... I guess this could still be the Watcher. So maybe we just added 2 characters, didn't remove any. But we're playing as the Necrobinder, and we're still doing the Skinny Deck Challenge. Obtain a random rare card. Receive Greed, gain 333 gold. Or the Act 1 boss drops 2 relics. You know what? The Act 1 boss drops 2 relics. I think that's a good one for us. And we definitely want to go... Yeah, it's a terrible idea and I want to do it. All right. This might be a short one. Oh, we are in the Underdocs right now. Oh, a different Act 1. I wonder if it's randomly chosen then. Probably. Let's hit the one that's upgrading itself. You upgraded yourself with thorns. Ick. And you're dealing 9 damage. The devs kept the fact that defect was in the game under wraps. Nice. All right. So it wasn't just me that didn't realize that the defect was here. How about that? So 13 damage. Let's hit that to that one. I did that partially because Thorns seems to go away in this game rather than stack up, which is unusual. Let's see here. I want defend. If we do defend, strike, strike, Asti will die, we'll take some damage. Well, I don't want to take damage. If we try to defend all the damage, Asti will survive. Okay. And then I want to defeat you, but defeating the one that's about to get spikes seems like a good plan. So we do that. Keep Asti alive. Asti being slightly alive is fine. It's not much better than Asti having died and summoned back at 1, honestly. Okay. Do we actually take one of these cards? The answer should probably be no. Yes, it's going to be no. The Dense Macabre would be neat if we had any card in our deck that worked with that right now. But we don't. We could take Defile technically. No, let's skip that. Let's remove one of our starting cards. Still want to remove a strike. And then we don't have any money. We want to save our monies for removals anyway. But we still have some slots in our deck. Our deck only starts with 9. Oh no, it started with 10. We just removed one, of course. We've got 9 in our deck, so we can add 3 cards. So we should really consider adding cards. When an enemy dies, Corpse Leg immediately eats it, becoming stunned, gaining 4 strength. How interesting. I'm going to defend, defend, defend. Okay, Bodyguard plus Unleash is quite nice. And then a defend, so that we take no damage, Asti survives. We are frail, which means Bodyguard still does the whole thing. And let's just strike, strike. I'm going to strike once here and once on the other one, I think. Because we can cause this one to be stunned if we do this properly. So we do this. Actually, we could kill this one. Let's read this again. When an enemy dies, it immediately eats it, becoming stunned. Okay, so we can actually kill this one. And that should stun that one so he's not dealing any damage. Great. Perfect. And then strike, strike to victory. Okay, let's really consider adding a card. From your discard pile into your hand. Exhaust. I don't want Grave Blast in this deck. Maybe we add Defile just because it's a big damage dealer? I guess so. It just seems weird to add an ethereal card to this deck. And I want to go this way so that we upgrade a card at the fireplace. Defend, Bodyguard seems to be the way. You're doing 8 damage. So I want to play Defile. And then defend. You're so weird. A sea punk. Alright. Strike, unleash. And we could win this turn, potentially, based on what we draw. We do. Okay, do we add one of these cards? Snap is interesting, but not great. Blight Strike kind of does 16 damage. Kind of. I'm going to skip these. Those don't seem like the cards we want. So if we Smith Unleash, what does that do? It just adds 3 damage. How about Defile? Defile adds 4. What about Bodyguard? Bodyguard only gives 2. I was really hoping it would give 3. Alright, let's do Defile. Okay, what are you guys? Skittish. The first time Phantasmal Gardener is hit each turn, it gains 6 block. Ick. You guys are hard to deal with. Well, I think we do Defile, Defend. And we're going to hit you. Actually, we should probably hit the one that's upgrading itself. Defend, and we're still taking damage. Just a little bit, but I'm worried about the damage that we take these days. So we can't kill anything. I think we just Bodyguard, Defend. Sadly. Is that really what we do? I mean, the Defile kills this one at this point. Let's do Bodyguard, Defend. I'm going to play this one a bit slow, which maybe is the wrong plan, because they do gain strength. We did not draw Defile. Ick. We drew Unleash, which is no longer as good as it once was. So let's do Defend, and Unleash. Let's Unleash on you. And we're taking 8 damage here. Ouch. Defile kills you, which is important. And then Defend. And we're still taking damage. We're still taking damage every turn, aren't we? We need to actually knock these guys out. Okay. Playing it somewhat slow was definitely the wrong decision. Alright. In that case, we're going to take more damage this turn and deal more damage this turn. So you are going to get the next one. Yes. Take damage so that we can end this fight, because I think if we stay in this fight too long, we die. So, strike you, defend. Bodyguard, unleash. Bodyguard, unleash, defend. Unleash does enough that a strike would kill you on a future turn. And Defile could kill you. I think what we do here is we actually play Defile here and defend, because I still wanted to defend twice. And let's hope we draw Defile again soon. We draw Bodyguard, Defend, Unleash, and Defile wins next turn. Great. Yeah, so once we went more on the attack rather than the defensive, that elite fell rather quickly. So that's a good lesson on how you do that elite. Go on the attack first. Misery. Deal 7 damage, apply any debuffs on the enemy to all other enemies. That sounds really cool. It is a 0-cost attack, unupgraded. It's 9 with retain upgraded. Oh man. That could be very good. Whenever you play a card that costs 2 or more, right. I'm going to take the Misery. And let's hope it's as good as it looks. And that we survive the next 2 defeats, which is not very likely. Transforms into a powerful relic after defeating 5 elites. Well, it's better than losing 7 health right now. Even though I could use the money. We're going to go to the elites. We're probably going to die going to the elites, but we're going to go to them. Skulking Colony cannot lose more than 20 HP each turn. So we kind of have to do defensive things this time. Not that we drew any defensive things in our current hand, but you know. Okay, so let's at least deal your full 20 to you. Defend, defend, defend. It doesn't seem like a good plan. But a normal strike doesn't seem worth it to take damage. We definitely play the Defile, and I guess the strike. So 20 damage again. So technically, if we do full damage to it 2 turns... Oh man, this one's gonna hurt. Alright, how much damage can we do you? Because I did not draw anything. Can we survive is the next question. Yes, we can. And we should definitely do an Unleash this turn. So that if we draw a Defile and another attack, we win. Even though I would have loved to play the defense there. But just giving our chance, our ability to win was important. We die. We die right here. Unfortunately. We did not draw the attack cards. We drew some defensive cards, but we needed to draw Unleash or Defile, basically. Oh well. Lost another one. That's going to be it for today. We won a challenge run with the Regent, and then I lost 2 as the Defiler. I lost both of my skinny deck challenges. But we explored new things, which is really interesting. And I like the Defiler. I really do. I want to play more as her. Alright, what is this? Ouroboros, not Ouroboros. Attracted by the now burning spire, Ouroboros' curiosity was picked. Blight gone. Why gone? Safe to enter. Ouroboros enters. Unlock the ancient Ouroboros. Living rainbow may be swimming around in the 2nd act. Neat. Alright, well that's it for today. I enjoy playing these challenge runs completely blind. It's been a lot of fun. And I will probably do another one of these again. So maybe you can see that too. There's at least one more character that we haven't discovered, and I haven't looked at what the defect does in this game. So that's it for now.